time, a mystery that has fascinated humanity for centuries. What is it, really? A ticking clock? A fleeting moment? Or something far deeper? Something beyond our grasp? Imagine two of history's greatest minds, Aristotle, the brilliant philosopher of the natural world, and Augustine, the theologian who sought to understand the divine, both grappling with the nature of time. Their ideas couldn't be more different, yet they share a common thread: the quest to uncover the truth about time. In this video, we'll dive into their contrasting views. Welcome to Philosophy, Science, and Beyond, a place where curiosity meets knowledge. For Aristotle, time is tied to motion and the cosmos, a measurable, almost physical concept. For Augustine, time is a deeply personal experience, rooted in memory, the present moment, and the anticipation of what's to come. So are you ready to journey through the lens of science, philosophy, and theology? Let's unravel the enigma of time and discover what these two timeless thinkers have to say about our ever-ticking reality. Stay with me, because this is a story that will challenge the way you think about time itself. Aristotle approaches time as a concept within natural philosophy, or physics. He seeks to understand time through its relationship to the natural world, particularly motion. Augustine's interest in time stems from theological concerns. His inquiry is driven by questions about God's actions and the nature of creation, leading him to explore time in relation to the divine. Aristotle views time as intrinsically linked to motion, kinesis. He considers time a necessary condition for motion and defines it as the number of motion with respect to the before and after. However, he makes a distinction between time and motion. Time is universal and not limited by any particular place or thing, while motion is always specific. Time is not inherently fast or slow like motion. Augustine, like Aristotle, acknowledges a relationship between time and motion and rejects the notion that time is itself motion. However, unlike Aristotle, Augustine distances himself from the idea that time is the measure or number of motion. He seeks to understand how time is measured and how it relates to human experience and the mind. Aristotle sees time as a continuous quantity, linked to the continuity of magnitude and motion. He also views time as a kind of number, specifically, the number of motion. He makes a distinction between the now and time. The now is a limit or boundary that divides time, but is not itself a part of time. Augustine rejects the idea that time has an objective existence outside the human mind. He posits that past, present, and future are not independent realities, but exist within the mind as memory, present awareness, and anticipation, respectively. For Augustine, the present moment is most important as the basis for both memory and anticipation. Aristotle's view of time is largely objective. He grounds his understanding of time in its relationship to the observable, external world, particularly motion. Augustine's conception of time is subjective. He situates time within the human soul, making it a measure of mental experiences rather than an objective feature of the external world. Aristotle acknowledges the role of the mind in understanding time, noting that the ability to count and measure requires a thinking being. He proposes that time would not exist without the mind. Augustine places the mind at the center of his understanding of time. He believes that the experience of time is derived from the mind's faculties, such as perception, memory, and expectation. He sees time as a measure of the soul. Aristotle's concept of now is a limit or boundary that divides time, acting as a point of connection between past and future, but not itself being a part of time. What about Augustine? Augustine elevates the present moment to a place of primacy. He argues that the present is the only aspect of time that truly exists and is the basis of both the past, that means memory, and future, which means anticipation. What both philosophers view about past, present, and future. Aristotle views the past and future as essential parts of time. He defines time as having an order of before and after. On the other hand, Augustine considers the traditional understanding of past, present, and future as misleading. Instead, he reinterprets them as the present of things past, the present of things present, and the present of things future, all anchored in the present moment. What about existence of time? Aristotle's view suggests that time is eternal, without a beginning or end. Augustine argues that time was created by God alongside the universe. He sees time as a created entity rather than something that is eternal. Aristotle defines time as the number of motion with respect to the before and after. Augustine does not offer a single definition, rather describing time in terms of subjective experience of perception, memory, and expectation. He sees time as a measure of the soul rather than a number or measure of motion. Let's delve into how Aristotle and Augustine's ideas about time intersect with or challenge modern science. Aristotle, the philosopher who tied time to motion, and Augustine, the theologian who anchored it to the human mind, might seem worlds apart. Yet their insights eerily foreshadow debates in physics, neuroscience, and even quantum theory. Here's the fascinating overlap. Aristotle famously defined time as the number of motion with respect to before and after. In his view, time couldn't exist without change, a concept that resonates with classical physics. Think of Newton's laws, where time is a steady universal backdrop for motion. But then came Einstein, who shattered this idea with relativity. Time, Einstein showed, isn't absolute. It stretches and compresses depending on speed and gravity. While this contradicts Aristotle's universal now, modern theories of quantum gravity revive his relational approach. Physicists like Carlo Rovelli argue space-time isn't fundamental. It emerges from interactions, much like Aristotle's time arising from motion. Even thermodynamics, with its irreversible arrow of time, think entropy increasing, mirrors Aristotle's belief in time's directionality. Yet, here's the twist. Modern cosmology says time began with the Big Bang, aligning more with Augustine's claim that time was created rather than eternal. Augustine's radical idea that time exists only in the mind sounds poetic, but neuroscience backs him up. The brain doesn't passively record time, it constructs it. Studies show networks in the prefrontal cortex and basal ganglia stitch together our sense of the present, blending memory and anticipation, a process Augustine described as the present of things past, present, and future. Psychologists call this the specious present, a mental window lasting a few seconds where we experience time as a unified flow. Experiments reveal how subjective time truly is. Dopamine levels distort our perception of duration, and during crises, time feels agonizingly slow. Even quantum physics hints at Augustine's subjectivity. Carlo Rovelli argues that without conscious observers, time loses meaning, a secular echo of Augustine's time as a measure of the soul. But do these ancient views complement or clash with modern science? Aristotle's objective time survives in relativity's equations, but stumbles in quantum realms where time vanishes from fundamental laws. Augustine's subjective time thrives in neuroscience but clashes with cosmology's timeline of the universe. Yet together, they frame questions science still grapples with. Is time real or an illusion? Does it need consciousness to exist? Aristotle's focus on motion underpins theories like entropy, while Augustine's introspection inspires models of consciousness. Their duality, time as cosmic rhythm and mental construct, captures its enigmatic nature. Throughout this journey, we've seen time through two lenses: Aristotle's cosmic clockwork and Augustine's inner theater of the mind. Aristotle rooted time in motion, making it a measurable, eternal feature of the physical world. Augustine turned inward, declaring time a creation of the soul, a tapestry woven from memory, attention, and expectation. These perspectives seem irreconcilable, yet modern science reveals truths in both. Relativity shattered Aristotle's universal now, but revived his relational view in quantum gravity. The Big Bang gave time a beginning, aligning with Augustine's theological, created time. Neuroscience confirms Augustine's subjectivity. Our brains build time from fragments of perception, while entropy's arrow echoes Aristotle's directional time. The tension between these views isn't a flaw, but a feature. Time is layered, demanding both empirical and introspective inquiry. What's the takeaway? Time is neither just a ticking clock nor a mere mental trick. It's a dialogue between the cosmos and consciousness, physics and philosophy. Aristotle and Augustine, separated by centuries, together map the boundaries of our understanding. Their questions, where does time come from? How does the mind shape it? Still drive science today. As we ponder these mysteries, we honor both thinkers, bridging ancient wisdom with cutting-edge discovery to glimpse time's true nature, a riddle as old as existence, yet forever new. We truly appreciate you taking the time to join us on this exploration of philosophy, science, and beyond. We hope this video has been both informative and inspiring. Please subscribe for more content like this, and feel free to share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. All the best.